Trees grow more and a couple things become profitable. Yeah, just doing it for the oak resin. It's crazy. Do we get everything over here too? No. More refined quartz. Okay, we'll do that today. Today's also a really good day to mushroom farms. Try to do that as much as we can. And then tomorrow, I'm gonna do the desert mine, I think. Probably. We'll see. Last challenge was 5 million one year. Now we're trying to do 10 million one year. My pickaxe back today? Mm-hmm. Yep. Shit. Fucking hell, dude. Back in my day, ancient times. You didn't play D&D, much franchise called Cat Wars. Like Warhammer with custom cars. Oh my. Okay. And now look, speed grow. Oh, what am I doing? Two columns without moving. Yeah, I know that. Weaponized cars. Huh. Fight to the death in a reasonable road setting. Markers and maps. Why don't you upgrade your backpack just 10k? Yeah, I'm going to. I was stretched thin for money because I was trying to save all of it because I wanted to have as much money as possible for Starfruit, but we're past that portion of the run now, so. Okay. Now we're gonna get the pickaxe, and then we're gonna do mushroom farming. It's really unfortunate we had to do all this watering today. I'm doing good, cat merchant. Doing good. Or water crops on the west side of the farm? Yeah, I did, but I'm gonna check. Me. $50 oak resin. It's pretty good. You know, a lot of iron. A lot of iron, a lot of copper, a lot of oak resin, a lot of wood. Oh shit, I should have bought materials from him. Ah, that's not good. I don't have any coal! No, we need refined quartz. Oopsie. Shit. How many coal? Do this to reset that level of mines. Get some coal so I can have bombs. Oh, I'll get this iron too. Okay. Shit. Okay. Such a small level. Coal. Wait, coal. None here's this shit. There we go. Oh my god, here we go. Should I... get a few, I guess. Could do a few, gold. We don't have any gold. Or iron. We could do a few iron. And one of these. Okay. Didn't even talk to like half the team. It's true. I have not. Very merry. 10 million in 1 year. Oh god. Cares about neighbors with capitalism. Damn straight. Lonely millionaire lol. Fucking hell. Here we go. Thanks to follow Deny. How do you get this? The fuck? Ooh, here we go. Supermodels to run the farm. There you go. New items divided, so it's the clock. There's more than just the clock in the other, like the more expensive stuff to buy. Okay. German Strocks, thanks to the follow. Really need that backpack, huh? Oh, man. Ooh. I don't have any coal. I have so many regrets. Shit. You haven't get coal from one of these? I'll just mine it all. I'll just mine it all. Jesus, too. There's nothing worth farming. But it's super. I'm fine for if they add some super items would be nice. I'm not sure I understand what you mean. Are you saying there's no point after year 2, like money wise, to spend money on things? Maury's. Monies? More yes? So many different ways I could take this. Stardew Valley Witch Hut. So, for starters, you can get these things, which don't cost that much, but there's some things there, right? And then, top of that, we have what are it, like the okay, Wizard's Tower. Okay, so you can get Earth Obelisk, Water Obelisk, Junimo Hut, Gold Clock. These are all things you can get. You can also get the Return Scepter, which is 10 or 2 million gold. No, yeah, 2 million from the sewers. Allows you to return to your farm from anywhere. Obviously, Gold Clock is the most expensive. Since I played a year or so ago, I mean, this was you want. It sounds like you want late game stuff. This is the late game stuff that was added, as well as this stuff as well. Like that was all late game stuff that was added. There's not been any more late game stuff added past that point. They've been fully focusing on multiplayer and ports to other places like mobile and stuff like that. But there was the winter market added, which is just another market, and some secret notes to gather as well, which is some cool things, but they're not like super late game. There isn't anything in the game that's like 50 million to do something even more OP or something like that, you know. Secret notes during the winter, yeah. You'd have to be in winter, and then you'll get a quest with Krobus. And they added the winter festival, or like the winter market, which is like a few day event during the middle of winter. Can't get mushrooms on floor 81, 82. Yes, you can. I'm confused what you're saying. I'll show you this. 81 or 82. 81 mushroom. Winter notes before? It's relatively new. I think it was added when multiplayer beta was added, so like 4 months ago. 5 months ago now, probably. Let's go here and then wait. More mushrooms. It's not a great mushroom level, but it's a mushroom level. Okay. There's a good one. How daunting is 10 million challenge? Much leeway? Don't know. Never done it before. I don't know of anyone that's ever done it before. I'm sure it's probably been done, but... I mean, to give you perspective, about a year and a half ago, I did 1 million cash in hand challenge, and I was like, I think we can do it, and we got like 1.3 million, and then I learned a lot of things and was like, okay, never mind, that was easy, I can do 2 million. So then I did 2 million. I ended up getting like 2.5 million or something like that, I don't remember, cash in hand by the end of year one, and I was like, all right, it's pretty good. There's probably some improvement, but who knows like how much higher that can go. And then it was like, wait, never mind, like we can go much higher if we do mushroom farming and change up the way that we're doing things, like a lot of like kegging and starfruit mushroom farming early on and optimizing. I was like, I can do 5 million probably in cash in hand in 1 year. And then I did 6.6. I ended up being 6.6 million. And I was like, oh, wow. Now that was kind of like where it kind of would have stopped. Like, yeah, I did 6.6 million. I'm sure I could retry a few times, optimize things, get 7 or 8 million with the routing that I was doing. But 10 million would not have been possible realistically. Technically possible like tasks. Like, you know, if you're like resetting every day to do every day perfectly, you probably could get 10 million with that, with the way I was doing things. But then I discovered a new way to mushroom farm, which meant that mushroom farming went from you do it once every 5 days to every single day you can mushroom farm optimally. So a year ago, geez, I've wasted away. What? Their note system. I opened the wiki's note most of the time. I don't understand what you mean. You mean like instead of opening the notes inside the game, you open it on the wiki instead? So I'm pretty sure it's just like you go here and then you go to collections and there's a thing right here with notes. And then so it'd be like click here and then these are all notes. You just click on them. So I don't know how they make it better. Unless you meant like make the secret notes easier to complete, which that's opinion game design wise. If you handhold too much, then you have less of a game and more of just a, you know, game plays itself. Okay. But yeah, I've never done 10 million cash in hand. I don't know of anyone who has. But with the new findings that I found with mushroom farming, made it possible. So now I'm trying to do it. That time I did the 2 million challenge or whatever. I never saw the outcome. I completed the challenge, but now I'm literally trying to do in the same amount of time. I'm trying to do 5 times as much money. So it's pretty ridiculous. Okay. But it's too early to tell like how much leeway. I mean, I can't really know. I just have to try and see what happens, you know. Best game of its kind? Yeah, best game of like a Stardew Valley, like RPG type thing. Yo, mail artist, thanks for the 100 bits. Hi, where's the target thing? And good job with the stream. Thank you, mail artist. We can get the ping pong bot rolling if you guys want me to. Could definitely do that. But yeah, I don't have it active right now. Boom, boom, boom. Yes. Okay. I have more coming. Wait a sec. Wait to start the ping pong bot. Oh shit, I didn't reset these levels. 11. Alright, now it's reset. Go here. Wait, well don't send bits until the robot's up. I don't understand why you would do that. Doesn't make any sense. That you should have said get it started now because I have more coming. That's like you're doing like the opposite of what you want. I don't understand. Thank you for the bits. Okay, after this day's up, I will start the ping pong bot. Damn it. Oof. Brutal level, holy shit. Some coal maybe? No, not really. Do I have to send more for you for when you set up the bot? Well, yeah, exactly, because it's I'm gonna credit you the balls anyway, but like that's the thing, like the robot isn't running, so like there's no balls are not being shot, right? To be able to fire? Yeah. Like, since the bot isn't running, if someone tipped, it's not going to credit them balls. Bits don't credit balls, it just shoots them right away. And since the bot isn't running, you're not getting any balls. So I'll just credit you 2 balls once I get the bot running. But that's why I was saying, like, you should wait until I have the bot up if I said I was going to do it. God damn it. It's fine. It's easy to credit balls. It's no big deal. I think the new VIP thing. I think it's cool for some streams. I'm not sure if I'm really going to use it yet. I don't really like the idea of doing it for like, it's like one of the main premises for using it would be like if someone's a big time watcher of the stream, like yourself, Poster Mike, but like, you know, not mod because I just don't need more mods, right? It's like that's where VIP would be cool to like, you know, give people extra credit for people that are like been here a long time and just like support the stream a lot and stuff by just being here, part of the community a lot. But the problem with that is that that's all good and dandy because like if I did do that kind of thing, then I would give you VIP and I would give a lot of people VIP, right? But it's hard. Then once you start that at all, then there has to be a line where you stop it. And where's the line? And I don't want to create the line. I don't want to have to manage the line. Does that make sense? Not what I meant. Hey, you know, what do you know? I'm the top donor. There you go. Maybe it should be timed. Like VIP for a certain amount of time. I'm not hinting that or anything. No. I know you're not hinting that you want it, Poster Mike. But like that is a way that a lot of people have been using VIP, right? And that's just, I'm not saying that you're baiting for VIP. That's not what I'm saying at all. But like that is like a main way people would use it, right? It's like, oh, you want to give like extra recognition for people in stream, but you don't want to like give mod to everyone because that's silly. Like you don't need that many mods, right? But the problem with that is then I have to like manage the line. Like where's the line? Does Bumpy Cat also get VIP? Probably, right? Would Jabberwocky get it? Probably. I think he's been around a long time, and like does that. But then do I not give it to some other person? Like, well, what about me? Like, I'm not as good as these other people. And it's like, well, I don't know. I just forgot because there's like hundreds of people I could give VIP to, and I can't like manage it all in my head. You know, like how am I supposed to? So it's like, how am I supposed to remember everyone? And then where do I draw the line? And then everyone that doesn't have VIP would feel like, well, some people that don't have VIP would feel like shit because they don't have it when someone else has it. Like, wow, he must have forgot about me. He doesn't care about me at all. And it's like, dude, I got I can't do it. And then also like there's the whole thing where like if everyone's special, no one's special, that kind of thing. But like, yeah, so that's why I wouldn't like using VIP for that purpose. I think there's other purposes. I just don't know what purpose that would be just yet. Some people say like for your in real life friends that you don't want to give mod, like, you know, my mom, so I can like see her easily in chat and stuff like that. What VP do I talk about? What VP do I talk to for roast updates? God damn it. It's a dork and can't get be VIP. So yeah. But what justifies VIP is that's difficult to identify. Yeah, that's why I would only use it if there was like a clear like reason, like a clear thing that like everyone would understand, so that it's not like you aren't good enough, you know? It just like it doesn't apply to anyone, you know, just normal people. So like if I was like, oh, I only do it for like in real life people that I know so I can like see that their messages in chat easier, or like I do it to like it's just like a giveaway thing to like completely at random, and then they like delete it after a certain amount of time, or it's only to like streamer friends so that I can see them in chat but I don't have to mod all of them, that kind of thing. Yeah, but I wouldn't like it for like just like general members of the community, stuff like that, because then it's like, well, you gave VIP to that person because they tipped you $100, and you didn't give VIP to this person because they didn't tip you. It's like, well, I just didn't remember because they weren't here in chat when I started gifting, or when I started giving out VIP. And I'm not sitting here at my computer like when I'm off stream like, all right, so which person have I not given VIP to yet, and like go through the list of every single person who's been active in the stream in the past year. Roast update, god damn it. Thank you, Nico, for the 2 months in a row. People using it for game devs and other stream guests. Yeah, that could make sense too. Yeah. I just haven't had a use for it yet because I don't have that kind of thing happening yet in my stream. So I guess we had Concerned Ape come in here like once or twice. I can't remember if it was once or twice. But I would see his name if he was here. I wouldn't need to VIP him. But yeah. Why would you want to be mod? Then you have to do stuff. Mm-hmm. Why am I not? Well, my mom is mod actually, and she moderates sometimes. She was telling me just yesterday that one of the times, like a few weeks ago, somebody was talking in Spanish, and she couldn't time them out because my mom normally does time people out that are like, if they're talking the wrong language or like just say something really mean or something. She times them out when she's around, but she said she sent him like a private message, like please speak in English. My mom's a good mod. Yeah. I need to go to the bathroom. I'll be back in a minute. And then it will set up the ping pong robot. Okay. Okay, and okay. Reset that white balance. Okay. And then I just have to calibrate. Cool. What is that for? The secondary camera? You'll find out in a sec. I think it's better you just see it rather than me explain it to you. And let me start by giving a male artist a few balls. Give me a sec, male artist. All right. Thank you for the 200 bits, male artist. These are 2 balls. Okay. I'm sorry. You're fine. You're fine. Should say my resub. Okay. I know you're not asking for it. Okay. I know you're not asking for it, Silver, but there you go. Streamer, I resubbed 3 weeks ago. Does that mean I get a ball to you? Okay. Thanks. No problem. Okay, I got a water. There's no mushroom farming today. In fact, we don't even know where any of the mushroom rolls are anymore. Time to panic. I mean, we could actually start just mining for shit now because we need kegs, but also need more sprinklers. We should have some materials to get some more, though. There's 9 more. That's gonna help. Do you have a list of commands? Tilde key help will show the instruction manual for the bot. And it'll have all the commands. God. Damn it. Tilde key help. Tilde key help. Tilde key detonates like things for the ping pong bot, and exclamation mark is for things of the normal bot. Okay. Always has to taunt me in some way. Of course, why wouldn't I? Ooh, this is where the 8 are gonna go. Or 9. 1 extra. Okay. I hate you. Wow. That's just so mean. Wish I was a mod. Why is that? Mods can't just credit balls. That's a very specific super user thing that literally only Cass and Samif can do. Samif wrote the bot. Well, and me. Me, Samif, and Cass. And they have strict instructions not to abuse the bot. Give away balls that are not supposed to be given. It's only ever once happened where they've given away balls to someone that didn't pay for them. Was Kayla. Kayla was begging for it, and then Cass gave in. Yes. Why would you give Cass that power? I know, right? Because she's here, like, all the time. Besides right now, what a slacker. She probably is here lurking anyway, but... yeah. Kill deserve, yeah. Kill doesn't get free balls? Nope. Well, she does. She's not supposed to. But she does. Okay. Team setup. I'm on Scythe Esports, Mom. Let me see. It's finally time to make the switch. Everyone, say goodbye to the Wigglers, the team I've been on. For 3.5 years, I think. We've all moved on. Chrism moved on to a new team. Game J as well. Slackaholicus, I'm pretty sure. And then Kung Fu and Teskacha are on Scythe Esports with me. Skin Team moved on to a new team. Avalon too. We've all moved on to new teams. So I don't know if anyone shows. He shows Next Level, which is a team that he made. Game J shows Best of Ness. Slack shows Nakama's team he's on. Oh god. Oopsie. And then you got Skin Teen. I believe she shows. She's well. They're hosting, so we can't see. But anyway, rip the Wigglers officially. I mean, it's still gonna just be there, I think, but it's a good team. We had a good run. But it's time to accept new team. Okay. Go. Just join phase. You ditch your friends? No, they're joining me. Well, Tess and Kung Fu are joining me, and everyone else has moved on to new teams already, so... We're basically the last... We're the last one. Me, Tess, and Kung Fu are the last ones to, like, still be, like, maining the Wigglers. Basically. And then... Now... And I believe Kung Fu, like, owned the team, because Jen moved on to a different team. And now we've changed team. Ditching the team. That's what I'm saying. Everyone else had already ditched the team. We're still on the team, but we're not maining the team anymore. Like, I'm not maining Wigglers anymore. And I, Tess, and Kung Fu, I'm pretty sure, were the last people that still had the Wigglers as their main team that they were showing. Which is basically, that's when you're on the team. So everyone else had already technically ditched the team, which is fine, because the team was dead. But, yeah. God damn it. So, okay. Okay. I see. See how it is. Phase Tooshi. Can't just say that I'm on a team and I'm not actually, like, on the team. Also, I don't want to be on phase. I want to be on my team. Scythe Esports. What is the system? I could buy back the star fruit. Okay, we're gonna go to the desert now. Shot behind me. Do you play Mario Kart? Barely. Clint, please. One sec. Sorry. 1 second. Okay. 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 Sorry, 1 sec. Cool. Cool. Now. It's 1 p.m. We're gonna go to the desert, but we don't have a lot of time. We can't do it because we need stuff from Clint. We're gonna have to do it tomorrow. We can look for a mushroom level today, or we could just look it up on that game save thing. Could literally just go like this and then find out. Because I'm pretty sure I don't have one. My gut is I don't, because I already checked kind of recently. But you can just put it here. Oh wait, like this. You can just go like this. It'll show you. Yep. See, none. Or wait. Or never mind. Wait, this isn't right. What day is it? Oh, I guess I don't. So if I would have checked today, I wouldn't have had one, and then I actually do have one. I didn't even know. That's so fun. God damn it. It's fine. Just gotta... Sorry, there's like all these distractions. We're fine. All right. $100 record player, Urban Outfitters, Garbo. Oh my god, that sounds not good at all. Only listen to Stardew on vinyl. We need coal. Okay. There's no coal. Get out, Sam. Get wrecked. We really need some more coal so we can get more sprinklers. And kegs. We need kegs bad. Really bad. Xylon, thank you for the 3 biddies. 3 biddies. And Lord King Sam for the 2 biddies. Everyone's trying to... Yeah, I see what's happening here. Okay. Oh boy, one coal possibly. Wow, we got coffee. That's way more rare, but not as good. It's not what we want. Fantastic. Okay. I also need coal, or sorry, copper as well. Oops. Remember it at all? Remember what at all? 2003, what a year. Oh, I don't remember 2003 at all. Although I read more recent chat messages, then I don't understand what people are saying, and then I'm just like, oh, I'm just an idiot. Got it. That's always how it goes. Really need coal. Buy all the coal. Hey, here we go. Nice. They're running away from me. Don't buy bits on mobile. It's a very bad idea. Do not buy bits on mobile. It's even worse cut than on desktop. And you can buy them on desktop and use them on mobile. So, very bad idea to buy bits on mobile, because a huge cut, like 20 or 30%, has to go to like Google or Apple, depending on what mobile, what operating system you're using. Yeah, so it's really bad. So don't do that. But you can buy them on desktop and use them on mobile. So. Yeah. That's rude. Yep. They want a cut of that pie. You're using their operating system. Well, you're using their store. It's silly, but that's actually how it works. Because you're using their store, they deserve a huge cut. Their first time mobile buyer bonus saves you 1 cent. 1 cent. Whoop whoop. Oh, why am I here? I shouldn't be here. It's the deal. I'm sold. Worth buying for this challenge? You can't buy a Burgo's ring. You get it from killing 500 soot sprites. It's really nice, but it's not worth grinding for when you should be doing other things. This is the first time in the entire run, basically, where I'm just like penny a day mining the sprites, or sorry, going for the sprites, and it's only because of a specific problem where there's no mushroom level to mine, and I can't go to desert mines because I have one more day on my pickaxe. So it's very like situational, and it's only one day of going for soot sprites, and you need to go for soot sprites for like a week to get it, probably even longer. It takes a long time to get the burglar ring. It's 500 of the dudes, so 500 is a fuckload of them. Then you would get like twice as much coal. It's really nice. And you get more like of the crab cakes when you go to the desert. There's a lot of benefits, but again, just not worth. Look, he says run stuff for 20. What? That might be after you get it. That might be after you get it. There's... I think that's after you get it. Burglar ring. Unlocked. Yeah, you have to kill 500 dust sprites. Yeah, you can buy it again once you've unlocked it, which is 500 dust sprites. So the wiki is right. You just didn't read it right. Yeah, you have to get the achievement. Like, what? That would change things. Like, I would have bought it a long time ago. Probably. I mean, 20k, I could just buy a bunch of coal, but I think it'd be worth, to be honest, for some other reasons. But burglar ring is really fucking good. I wonder if burglar ring stacks with its stuff. Does anyone know? That'd be something to look up. Get one, then buy another. Stack it. That'd be pretty nuts. Accept checks. US Mint has a fuck ton new pennies. New people use them because they put them in jars and shit. They never re-enter circulation again. Really? Huh. That makes sense. Actually. That would actually kind of make sense. It's not stacked, so you only need one. Okay. According to the wiki. Oh, yes. Oh my god. Okay, I need to move the ping pong robot a little bit. Thanks, mail artist. Sorry. Skim the back of my head again. It makes me angry the fact that you need a credit card to buy a house, rent a car. You don't need to put it down that on the card. Yeah. It still builds credit, just slower. It is dumb that you can essentially buy credit in the way that you're talking, like because of the way it's set up, but I have fantastic credit and I have never once paid interest on my card. I mean, not fantastic credit. I think I have good credit for someone who's 25. I mean, I guess you guys can tell me if it's good or bad. I don't know. I assume it's pretty good for 25. I've had a card for like 4 years. I've never once paid interest. I've always paid it off because it just automatically pulls from my bank account. So it just pulls from my bank account, so I just use it like a debit card. That's it. 721, around that age. I can look at mine. Is it bad for me to say my credit score? That's not like too personal, right? Can confirm no longer 1721. Is it bad now or is it better now? To be honest, I don't know. Fair answer. There. Logged in. Ah, balance. Ah. It's actually not too bad. Thought it'd be worse than that. See your score. I'm at 760. And all I've done is I had 2 cards and I've never paid interest. I got one of them 4 years ago, one of them 3 years ago. Or 2 years ago. One of them 4, one of them 2 years ago. And I've always paid them off, never missed a payment. And I'm at 760. But I'm pretty sure the way credit works is you actually start off with good credit and then it goes bad when you fuck up. Adulting well. I'm good at adulting in some things and awful at other things. I'm good with money management and that type of stuff, but other things like eating, I'm awful at. I haven't eaten today. Well, I had breakfast, but that was like 5 hours ago. I'm gonna put some food in the microwave. I show up, he leaves. I scare him away. What's up, Scorched? You don't start out good. Credit is as worst. No credit is worse than bad credit. Well, I mean, like, if you get a card and then your credit starts, like, it jumps up really fast. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, within a few months of starting my first card, I was already at, like, close to 700 credit. But then as soon as you fuck up, then you have bad credit. That's my understanding, at least in the US. Because that's how my experience was. And that's what my mom and dad said as well. Like, yeah, you start off with pretty decent credit. Like if you have bad credit, it's because like I know what you mean. Like when you have no credit, that's worse. Like I understand that, but I mean, like once you start, you should build credit from scratch, then from bad. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I also was told that if you have a credit line raise, like if you raise your limit, then can help build credit faster, which kind of makes sense. But I didn't do it for the longest time because I was like, oh, I'm never gonna need above this much, so like I'm not gonna raise it. They kept prompting me to raise it for like a year, and then I finally did. Once I realized, I was like, oh, if I raise it, then my credit will build faster, and I'm trust myself enough that I'm not just gonna like spend more because I have a higher limit, you know. Auto raise, like they just auto raise without even asking your permission, like because I feel like for me it essentially was close to auto, but I still just had to like check a thing and say yes I do want that, and I had to like agree to it. Wouldn't just like automatically raise without me agreeing to it. Doesn't hurt. It definitely can depending on the person. You know, like let's say you have like only like a $500 limit on your card or something, and you like max it out each month, and you're like, you don't have a lot of money to, like you can't spend more than that. That's like as much as you should be able to spend on it, and it wants you to raise it to like 2,500. Like if you're a spender, which that's the whole point of fucking credit cards, is that people overspend or feel more comfortable spending because they don't have to have the money or give the money away at that moment, and then they overspend, and then you get into debt, and that's exactly what they want. So yeah, like I'd say having a larger credit line for some people is not a good idea. Percentage of your credit limit as you keep bills paid, though, right? If you slip, they'll stop it. Raise it, yeah. Being less responsible with your money is incentivized. Definitely. But for people that are really good with their money, like it ends up being a perk. Like these kinds of things end up being a perk, right? Like for me, literally paid $0.00 in interest ever on my card, my 2 cards in 4 years. And I've probably gotten like, I don't know, somewhere in the order of like $500 to $800 in cash back. Not in cash back. I have an Amazon card, so I've like bought a bunch of stuff on Amazon with Amazon points over the years. Because it's like 5% back on Amazon purchases and like 3% back for like food and gas and restaurants or something like that, and 2%. Got my chili. Okay. 1 cent every month from my savings, so I'm kind of balling over here. Doesn't even keep up with inflation. I'm almost 15, so I really need to start understanding stuff. The thing is, it's actually not that hard. It just feels daunting because it's, there's a lot of like negative kind of stigma around credit cards and debt and all that stuff. It's not even stigma, it's true. There's a lot of like possible bad things that could happen, so it feels daunting. But it's really pretty simple. And just not fucking taught because we're stupid. We don't teach it in schools, even though it's probably 100 times as valuable as like most elective classes you get to take at your high school. Which you could say, blah, 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 it's the government or the businesses and the credit card companies making the education system not do it. Well, blah, blah, blah. I feel like that's not actually like fully true. If it is, that's really fucked up. Talking about took elective finance class in high school. A lot of places don't offer it. My school offered tons of stuff like computer science classes in high school, which I took. Multiple computer science classes and like tons of college classes. There was no general financing class. Should be mandatory. Should be mandatory in like at some time in high school it should be mandatory, but econ, well yeah, we had that, but like I mean just like not something that goes super in depth into like economy and all that stuff. Like I just mean like a super basic class that talks about credit cards, interest, debt, and maybe, you know, a tiny bit about investing as well, different investment options when you're somewhere between 9th to 12th grade. But, and taxes too, but I think that's, yeah, that'd be great, but. You could literally just have 4 classes in 1 year. Yeah, you could cut an entire year out of education, just have it be about financing. People would be better off in the long run. Probably. Our class for that in Michigan is required. It's called Problems of Democracy. That's cool. More places should do stuff like that. Stock market trading elective club. That's cool. Oh, shit. All right, now I've eaten. I've been a good adult. This is my resub. I did. Legit Phil, thanks for the 11 months in a row. I'm sorry. I've been a bad adult. Wow. Someone trained gossiping about their friend. She's getting audited. She hasn't paid taxes. Now she owes like $2,500 to the government. I was like, that's gonna be me in the future. I mean, I'm sure, like, as bad as that sounds, like if she hasn't paid her taxes like her whole life because she just didn't realize you're supposed to do that or some bullshit, and she owes $2,500 or $25,000, it's possible that like that's just how much she owed, and so like it's not even. I mean, it sucks to have to pay that off at once, but you probably owed that over all the years that you didn't pay taxes. You know, happens to streamers, I'm sure. You know, lots of streamers that are like 18, never had a real job, understand that like taxes are even a thing. And then a few years down the line, they're a pretty big streamer. They got shitloads of money coming in. And then all of a sudden, they get flagged. They haven't paid taxes and then owe all the taxes plus more. If the company, yeah, but if you're self-employed, then it doesn't. Like me, for example, it's possible that had I been stupid and just not paid taxes, it's possible that even to this day, over the like 4 or 5 years of streaming, that I wouldn't have been flagged yet. Well, I probably would have been flagged by now. Like if I didn't pay any taxes, and then like, wait, why does he have all this money? And he hasn't paid us any taxes, and then I would get audited, and then I'd owe like shitloads of money all at once. Yep. President can take. Okay. Formed LLC. Interestingly enough, there's actually some possible reasons why you wouldn't even want to do that. I've heard argument from both sides. Most streamers do form an LLC. But I actually have not. And I do not pay too much on my taxes. I write a lot of things off. The thing is, I don't really spend that much money. I'm not really a spender. So the things I do spend money on are almost always for stream, unless it's me going out to eat. So I like write off like a shitload of stuff. It also kind of has to do with because I'm daily streaming too. Like I just general things in my life end up being a part of the stream, and then I can write it off, and then how's write off work? Very good example of a write-off. So on a very basic level, like let's say you have a business and your business needs to make money. My business, if you want to say it that way, even though I don't like calling stream a business because you don't want to, but you understand it's still technically a business because I'm making money, right? It's my living. So a business expense would be, in my case, as silly as it sounds, but it's incredibly valid, totally valid, is a ping pong robot, right? I bought a ping pong robot. Like, wow, that's needless spending. It's like, no, it's not. That robot has made me thousands of dollars over the years, right? So it's like, you write that off because it's like you had to pay money to make money. That's how businesses work. The very core thing about a business is you almost always, pretty much always have to spend money to then make money. So if you're spending, let's say you're spending $5,000 a year on stuff, and then you make $10,000 a year total, then then the half of your money was spent to make money, right? So then when you tell the government you made $10,000, they're gonna pull like $3,000, and you didn't even make anything. But you say, no, I didn't make $10,000. $10,000 is my gross income, but my income after expenses was only $5,000, and then they're gonna take 30% or less even of the $5,000, which means that you're, from your gross income, which might be $10,000, they're only gonna take 10% or even less than that. When realistically, the way it normally would be they take, if you're just working a job and you make $10,000 a year at that job, then you'll get 25-30% taken from that job, right? So you'll only end up making $7,000. But with businesses, there's things you can write off because they're expenses to run your business, aka to make money. Would a computer be considered a write-off? Yep. computer, video games to them play on stream. When I gift away subs, if I'm doing an event, if I'm doing giveaways on stream for like games or console or whatever, that's part of a write-off. Specific part of a write-off. Like there's different parts of write-offs. Different things will give you different amounts of money. Like that would go into, there's like portions. There's a portion called giveaways. There's also a portion for like, there's even for businesses, there's tons of different categories which give you different amounts of percentages of write-off. So like you can write off food, you know, like, so when I go to TwitchCon, the ticket to TwitchCon is paid off because I'm going to an event to, you know, promote my business technically, right? It all seems so wrong because it's like everything's a hobby also, but it still is a business technically, so it's still valid. So TwitchCon, the airplane ticket to get there, the Uber ride to get there, all the food that you eat there because you're traveling for a business technically. You know, if you go to eat with like friends and stuff like that at TwitchCon, like that's also technically right off. You're promoting with different people. There's some friends there. Maybe there's a Twitch staff or something that ends up helping you out. Like any of that kind of stuff, it's all right off. Because his friends are also technically, you know, could be potential business partners technically. Even though that's such a bad. I don't like saying that, but again, that's just the way that from taxable side, like looking at it that way to business. Other things that are write-offable. The ping pong robot, like we talked about. Technically, I've heard people go to so far as to say anything that you show on stream, like, or not like not just show. I can't, you know, buy a Tesla and then show it on stream. Like, look, I have a Tesla, guys, and then like, you know, or even if I make a stream out of it, like, all right, guys, this is the stream where Tooshi goes and buys a Tesla and I go buy one and then I drive it around or something. Like that was stream content. So that was, you know, a write-off. And you can't do that. But if it's a small thing and it justifies like as a part of your business, like let's say I do an IRL stream where I go to a fair and the fair cost is like $30 to get in. And then that could be a write-off because I'm showing the fair as the stream, right? And it's stream content. And you'll only get percentages depending on what kind of thing you're writing off to, like I'm just saying. So like food, it's like that. Could be, I've heard people say that you can do it for when you're on stream. So like, let's say I buy a microwave dinner and then I eat it on stream. I'm like, look guys, the microwave dinner, and then I eat it. Technically, some people say that's write-offable, and I don't know, I'm like borderline for that. Good examples of things that are definitely write-offable though is like my when I do cooking streams, I keep the receipts. I have all the receipts over to my right in a basket, and the receipt just has all of the stuff that I bought for the cooking stream. Then I just write on the receipt, you know, pot roast cooking stream. That's it. That's all I do. And that's, if I get audited, like this is for pot roast cooking stream, I can see the time that I bought the stuff. I could actually look up the recording and show them me cooking all this stuff on stream. And like, you know, but it doesn't need to go that deep, but yeah. JWB, thank you for the sub. Thank you, dude. Appreciate that. Any equipment that you use to be a write-off, yeah, that's a given. Also, people are saying rent. It like for rent. So let's say you're working from home, you can have an office space. So let's say right now, it's hard because if you have it in your bedroom, you can't count it, unfortunately, technically. But if you have it in a separate room, that's your office, then you count it. And what you do is you have the square footage of your office compared to the square footage of your entire home. So very simple way to do this is just for a very simple example. You have 1,000 square foot house and your office is 200 square feet. That's probably not going to happen, but let's say that is what it is. It's possible. So 1/5 of your rent is going towards the office. So if you have $1,000 a month for rent, then $200 of that is going towards your office. So you have $200 that's write-offable. Same goes for electricity as well. So for electricity, they would also do it as I believe it's the same as the rent, so it'd be 1/5. But the thing is, with streaming, it's probably a lot more. I would probably assume that if you take like an energy monitor and like have everything that your stream is plugged into behind an energy monitoring thing, you could literally be like, this is how much kilowatt I used. And I could probably go that deep, you know, because if they audit me and say you wrote off way too much electricity, and I was like, well, look, this is exactly how many kilowatt, I wrote down everything and all that stuff, then they wouldn't fuck with me then, probably. But no one does that. So for a basic thing, what they do is just whatever the square footage of that office is, they do that. For rent and other bills like electricity and water and sewer, I believe too, like everything. Yes. For the average person, you wouldn't have enough write-offs to make a difference. For streamers, it makes a huge difference, especially for me. Again, because I usually, the big things I spend money on are stream purchases, because that's what I care about, you know? Like, some of my most expensive purchases have been like this microphone, which cost me $400, my camera, which cost me $1,100, multiple capture cards cost me a few hundred each, the compressor preamp was $200, thousands of dollars in games probably. More educational than half of high school. Okay. Is there someone that can look all this up? Yeah, actually, I believe there's some good articles about Twitch streaming, tax write-offs, like streambig.net, yeah, Twitch taxes. Now I don't think they go through like a list, but they try to explain to you what is like, this is like a good overall thing that goes through a lot of stuff that I didn't talk about. But it's not going to give you like a list of exact things that you need to, you know, write off and not write off, because it does depend on everyone. Everyone's a little different. So like there's this bullshit where it's like, it's not legal for me to give advice on exactly what it is. You know, if I was a tax professional, I guess I legally, like, I'm not supposed to be able to tell you, like, you can write all this stuff off for sure. Like, it just depends on your situation. It's just kind of bullshit, but, you know, it's just, so you can't just, like, get a straight up just a list of things. But I think there's still lists out there that are generally, like, what I've been saying. What you're supposed to do is, what basically everyone's supposed to say is you should contact your tax professional and he will tell you yes or no for these kinds of things. But I can at least give you a general idea. The way I always look at it, and then I ask my the tax person that does help me, and they've pretty much always said yes to the logic that I understand, which is, if it's something that helps my business or makes me money and is justifiable within like how much money it costs for how much money it can help my business, then it's always going to be a write-off, basically. Does that make sense? And it also goes further than that too. There are things that you can write off that don't make your money any business, because it's like a part of running a business still. Like a specific example would be like if you go out to dinner with, you know, people who would then be like help your business in some way, that is write-offable, even though you're not directly making money by going out to dinner with someone or whatever, and it seems silly because you're just literally just going out to dinner and having a good time with people you probably consider friends. But like, if you know it has some sort of like influence on your stream or help your stream in some way at some point, then that's how you look at it from that perspective and why it'd be write-offable. How do you purchase more than you make? You don't. So that's another thing. So like some people will write off so much that they write off more than they even made, and then that's when the tax auditors are like, wait, what the fuck? Like, this doesn't make sense, and you might get audited if you're writing off more than you make. And it's still, you shouldn't do that, because if you're writing off as much as you make, like, that's already like shows that it's like, wait, what? So yeah. So writing off is good to a certain extent, and then after that, it's like you're not going to get anything else out of it. What happens if you purchase more and write off more than you make? Yeah. I've done my taxes like once. I'm still figuring all that out. Yeah. So that, but then I just answered it. Yeah. How do you purchase more than you make? I mean, you technically could. Let's say you have money in the bank and you purchase more. There are plenty of businesses out there that, not with streaming. With streaming, that'd be stupid. But plenty of businesses out there where you spend more money than you made. They, most businesses, they say the first 5 years they don't turn a profit. So streaming is incredibly different, but credit, yep, loans. That's usually how most businesses are, is you're losing money the first couple years. There's a limit to how much you can write off, compared to what you make. Eventually, it won't benefit you. Exactly. Yep. So that's another thing, Lord King Salmon's right. So there's kind of like a threshold. If you did spend as much as you made, you wouldn't want to write all of it off. You want to save some of it to write off later, technically. Just don't buy them the later. That's another thing. So like, let's say you're like, you know what? Taxes are coming up. It's about to be the end of the year. And I realized I haven't spent any money on my stream this year. For whatever reason, I just didn't spend very much money on my stream at all. Might be a good time to upgrade. Like if you're in my situation, right, where you're doing a full-time job, and I didn't spend any money on my stream this year, might be a good time to upgrade my PC, get a better camera or something like that, because then it would have the most effect as a write-off on your taxes compared to if you bought a bunch of stuff all in 1 year. You can also make deposit IRL for write-off purposes. I didn't know that. Actually, I kind of knew that, but like, I didn't really think about that. I wasn't thinking about that when you said that, but that's also makes sense. Taxes sounds annoying. I'm just going to commit to tax evasion. Damn it. Over here trying to educate, you're just like, I'm just gonna evade. Good luck. Can you write off scarecrows? If I had a scarecrow in the background of my camera and we named it and it was like a part of the stream, then yeah, I could write it off. That's the weird thing about streaming. There's so many weird write-offs that could possibly happen, but still make sense as a write-off. You can deposit X amount a year and then deposit is tax-free. Because you're saving it, you could say you didn't earn that income that year, basically. That's something I should ask my tax dude. Like, hey, did I write off enough? Should I be putting something away in a IRA? Thank you. That actually will help me, because that's a good point. You're not self-employed and not rich. Taxes take like 5 minutes. Taxes take me like half of a day to do, basically. Just bang it out. It's also really easy for me though, because all my purchases come from like 2 places, because I buy essentially everything on either a credit or debit card, and I just look at them and look at the whole year, look at every single purchase, and generally the purchases end up lining up together, because like, let's say it's like, oh, in July I bought a plane ticket, I'm like, wonder what that was for. The next purchase like was, says it was in San Francisco for eating. I'm like, what? I was in San Francisco. Oh, it was in San Francisco for TwitchCon or whatever. So, oh, that makes sense. So that's a write-off. Boom. And then I just write everything off from that weekend. Anything that was in San Francisco, I'm like, oh, that's a write-off. Just a little bit of the like detective work, kinda. Okay, so we have some bombs here. That should be... Try to get as many bombs as I can. I'm gonna do desert run now. After I throw some shit in here. Should do this and get some kegs going? Probably. Or no, we shouldn't because we were going to the desert. Ah, okay. I guess I'll just do this quick. Then I'll go to the desert, maybe. Which is bad because it's not even the full day now. Maybe I should wait till tomorrow. Wait, what's the luck today? I guess it depends on the luck. I need to wait for a good luck day. Think about that. Our taxes due like April for the previous year. Cheaper to buy from the dwarf? I don't have the dwarf. Don't have the dwarf skulls. Like one dwarf skull. It's the first summer of the first year. Not reasonable to have had. I would have had to have been super lucky. You file quarterly? I actually don't, surprisingly, but I'm gonna start. I just didn't make enough to like really justify doing that. But like now it's starting to kind of be that way, or I probably should. I think my understanding is that filing quarterly is nice so that you don't just have to play one lump sum once a year, but I don't mind doing that because I'm good with my money, so I understand that I have to pay a large lump sum at the end of the year. But most people just spend all their money, and then when they have to pay a lot for the whole year, they're like, what? But I believe like filing quarterly is smarter because of that reason, which is why I just haven't done it yet, but I should. But it's also kind of weird because it's like my income's so like variable that, you know, I probably just end up overpaying, but then I just get a tax back. So it's like, okay, I've never had taxes back. Well, I guess I did when I was like 18, 19 when I worked at Micro Center. It's a cashier, but it's the only time. Okay. Check the luck. Okay, so we're not gonna do it today. Probably do it tomorrow. Make sure we've watered everything. That's really important. I want to get kegs, but I also want to get sprinklers. Okay. They say if you're getting money back, you're withholding wrong. You let the government keep and invest your money. Yeah, which makes sense. Because, like, if you're overpaying, then you're basically giving money that you could have just put into investment or something and then made money. So, obviously, it depends on the person. If you're not investing, then that obviously is different. But you should be, but, you know, it's... Invest in Bitcoin? I don't know about that. Don't know about that. Maybe, well, not maybe, definitely, like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. Do it like 8 years ago, he'd be a goddamn millionaire. But then again, you would have pulled out. It's like, you think about it like that, but there's no way you wouldn't have pulled out when you're, you know, 100 Bitcoins that you bought for like $20 a piece. Once they got to like 1,000, you're like, oh my God, that's worth like $20,000. I need to pull it out. That's so much money. That's insane. It's probably going to go down. I don't know what's going on. And then if you would have known it was going to get up to like 20,000 per Bitcoin, which you couldn't have known and doesn't even ever seem like that's realistically possible. And then it did anyway. So Bitcoin is low. Might be a good time to get in. I don't know. I don't know. Might be, might not. You could also say the same thing about pretty much any other stock. Might be a good time to get in. Like, always might be a good time to get in. It's not, and it's not that like Bitcoin would technically be bad to get. It's more just that there might be other things that would be smarter, like less risk, but also higher chance of going up as well, you know. But that's the beauty of investing. Why it's so interesting is because there is no right answer really. Besides just not putting all your money in one place, obviously. That is the only answer you can say. High risk, high income. I definitely agree and think that high risk, high income is good for when you're younger. So if you're young and you have money to invest, then might as well be high risk. Mutual funds are good for slow, steady growth. Yeah. Individual stocks riskier, pay off quicker. It's all about that diversity. All about that diversity. What I mean by that is maybe you do get a few individual stocks, and then you also get some ETFs, which are called exchange trade funds, which are a combination of many stocks. Tend to be less volatile, which just means they're not going to spike up very high very quickly, but they also won't just like spike down as easily as individual stocks can, you know? So you have some percentage of individual, some percentage of ETF, some percentage of mutual funds, bonds, which are the safest. Maybe even you could argue the safest is just to like have your money in a savings account, so you have a little bit of that too. Generally, it's advised to have a very low amount of money there, but obviously you also want to have money just available to grab if your car breaks down or your house explodes. I don't know. But low risk virtually guarantees you have decent retirement. It's true. It's true. That's what I'm saying. It's not, I said I generally agree with like the higher risk when you're younger, low risk when you're older, but like, it's an opinion. There's a lot to know. With investing, yes. But we're not talking about taxes. This is not something you, per se, need to do. You can have someone else handle all of this by just throwing your money at someone else that invested for you, but the beauty of nowadays with internet and online brokering, you can literally just do everything yourself if you have a basic understanding of what you're doing. I'd say the best way is just to dabble in it yourself a little bit. That's what happened to me. I was like 2 years into daily streaming, and I was like, you know, it would be good if I just, you know, I have a little bit of extra income, because I was fortunate to have a little bit of extra income that month, because streaming sometimes it's extra, sometimes it's none. But especially back then, before I was just, you know, when I, you know, just didn't really have any subs or anything, and donations were basically what ran the show. But had a little bit extra money, so it's like I'll just take the opportunity to put it on the stock market so I can understand what the hell's going on. Nothing wrong with doing that with a little bit of money. 5,500 a year. That's specifically for Roth IRA. Oh, okay, yeah. Younger people should look at Roth IRA. Yeah. Agreed. Yep. Everyone's different though. Like, obviously, like a Roth IRA would be smart for retirement and all that stuff. But like, someone might be like, have a different kind of outlook of what they want. Like, well, I don't want to have to wait till I'm 65 to have this money or whatever. obviously, but there's still other times you can pull it out, like medical emergencies, or if you're buying a house, which I think the buying a house one makes it so like you could pull out money if you want to, right? Like I feel like that's kind of the biggest one for the Roth that makes it intriguing for me. Legal for buying apple juice, maybe. Am I going now? More coal? More coal and iron and copper. Yep. But yeah, I think it's a good thing for pretty much everyone to do. If you do ever come across the time where you have some money, then it'd be a good idea to invest it just so you understand it better. The best way to understand it really is just to experience it yourself a little bit. Hello, Kayla. Give Kayla balls? Fuck no. He said it was 18 officer. Wow. Daycare ID. No free balls. But also, how dare you? Of course. How dare I? Buy the rest of the balls for lunch, write them off your taxes. Definitely could. It's a viable thing to do. But I don't need more than 550 balls, so. Gonna play Pokemon, let's go. I've already said that I'm not gonna play it unless someone buys it for me, because I can't justify spending $60 in that game. But if someone bought it, I would play it. But expanded thing, fill it. Well, we never really go through 500 balls in one stream, so it's not a problem. If we ever do, it's usually just like once. The only time that really became a problem was during Giftmas last year. Maybe I should get some more balls for Giftmas this year, but yeah. Writes off haircuts. I should. I don't think I used to, but I think I'm gonna start doing that. Of course, I get a super cheap haircut, but only percentage he shows here on stream. electricity to shoot the balls. 33% business purposes. Okay. Go. Personal assistant, full-time babysitter. Wow. Over. She wishes. Wow. Oh my god. He calls me his girlfriend. Okay. There we go. A chance to find coal double, thank god. Lonely boy. Wash his pants, he shit himself.